Welcome to Spring LIB.
This is the answer to Chapter 19, Problem number 19 from the Smith Organic Chemistry textbook. And this problem says, which of the following pairs of compounds can be separated from each other by an extraction? And so remember that when we're doing a liquid-liquid extraction, we're taking advantage of differing solubility properties to separate two chemicals or two or more chemicals. And so basically we need two chemicals that have different solubility properties, or we're not going to be able to separate them by extraction. And I should point out that this is a key component of experimental organic chemistry. A lot of the time you run a reaction in the lab, you quench it with water or salt water, and then you do what we call a workup, which is essentially usually an extraction to try to get your organic compounds away from the water. And so this is an important concept, and it is a real world concept, something that is used all the time, every day in organic chemistry laboratories. All right, so that being said, looking at A, we are comparing a carboxylic acid and an alkene. And so if we were to use aqueous base and then an organic solvent, so ethyl acetate or diethyl ether or hexanes, the carboxylic acid would be deprotonated by the aqueous base. And so the carboxylate ion would move to the aqueous layer, and the alkene would dissolve in our organic layer. And so, yes, for A, these two molecules can be separated by an extraction. So then looking at B, we have an alkene and an ether. And so there's nothing that we can deprotonate here to move to an aqueous layer. So this is not going to be separable by extraction. We could probably still separate them by distillation or by column chromatography. So there are other ways, but a liquid-liquid extraction is not going to work here. So then looking at C, we have a carboxylic acid and we have salt, sodium chloride. And so if we were to put these two compounds in a separatory funnel with some neutral water and an organic solvent like ether or ethyl acetate or hexanes, the carboxylic acid would move to our organic solvent and the salt would move to the water. And so these two are separable by liquid-liquid extraction. And then for D, we have two salts. And so salts, all salts like this, all ionic salts, have very similar solubility properties generally. And so both of these are going to be soluble in water, but not soluble in organic solvent. And since they don't have different solubility properties, we cannot separate them by doing an extraction. And so, again, the way to solve this problem is to recognize that we need to look for differences in solubility properties. And if we have those differences between two molecules, then we are able to separate them by liquid-liquid extraction. And if we don't have that key difference in solubility properties, then we can't separate them by extraction. And that's the answer to Chapter 19, Problem